Oh, morning everybody, fantastic to see you all again. Well, you can probably see I'm in an amazing woodland, and this is my local woodland. I walk in Pebbles, and I come here probably 3 or 4 times a week, so I know it really well. And there's a massive advantage to that. If you can go to a location that you know really well, then you start to see it in different light, you start to see it in different weather conditions, different seasons, in the autumn, the spring where I am now, and the winter and the summer, all 4 seasons in fact. And you start to spot things that you just don't spot when you go to new locations. But more importantly, you can try different things out, you can try different composition techniques, and I think it's probably, well, it definitely is the best way to improve your photography. So you need to go and find your local spot. And once you've found that local spot, then there's a few ways and tips and techniques you can do to start to get better at photography. Pebbles, this way, good girl. So one of the main advantages, and the obvious one, is you just know the trees. You've been there before. You've probably taken, lots of shots on your phone, because you might have walked around here without your camera, but you'll have definitely had your phone on you. And what I tend to do is I snap lots of things I'm going around here. I bet you I've snapped 100 of the trees around here in different types of light. And as you can see today, I've got particularly lucky because it's foggy, and these beech trees are catching my eye, and I know there's a number of beech trees that I can go and check. So I want to go and try and find a beech tree. There may be some bluebells as well. There's a spot that I went to last week that looked like there was going to be some bluebells there, so I'm going to go back there. But because I know the location, I'm not sort of panicking so much when we've got some nice conditions like this fog, and I can just concentrate on going to a location and trying to get the shot that I've been waiting for, maybe for 1, 2, 3 years to get the right conditions. It's so good. I really enjoy it as well. It's very relaxing, and it's one of the few occasions I can come with Pebbles. So another great thing you can do whenever you're out is just look for new areas in the same location. And then the other thing you can do is testing. So I've wanted to try this composition a little bit. I'm not sure it's going to work, but I just want to get a shot with all these sort of vertical trees in sort of semi-mist with this path in it here. Now, I've been wanting to get this shot for quite a while, and I want to go back and edit it and try some different things in the edit. So it's a bit of a test. I don't think it's if it's going to produce the best ever shot, but because I know I can come back here again and again and again and tweak it, then I'm not too bothered about trying sort of different things. I'm not worried all the time about getting the actual shot, making sure that if I'm in that new location, I'm getting the exact shot. So it's more relaxed, and it means that I'm trying different things all the time, which is a fantastic way of improving your photography. The fog's just cleared, just as I got to these bluebells that are sort of hidden away in this woodland here and close to where I live. And I wanted to say just a little bit about your local place, because I'm lucky. I've got this beautiful location, there's no doubt about it. I get fog here and different weather conditions, and not everybody gets that, but you'll always have somewhere, park, or a part of the city, or just somewhere by the sea, or just just off the road, maybe somewhere that's just a tree in a field that you might just go past, and you can just stop on your way to work every day, which is actually how I got this photo here of this sun tree. That was somewhere I just passed all the time. So even though I didn't go there and look at it all the time, I was passing on my way to work. And having that local place where you can just go when you know the conditions are going to be right is so important. And you don't need to go to the Faroe Islands, you don't need to go to these amazing places. If you know somewhere well and you know how it changes with the conditions, then you're much more likely to get something good. So when you do get to the final location, you've got your spot, or if you're just walking around and you're using it to record, the phone, or your phone is just the best. You mean a stick, Pebbles? The phone is just the best thing that you're going to have in your arsenal to be able to record the shots as you're walking around, because you might not have your camera all the time, but you probably like to have your phone. But also, when you're actually going out and actually taking some shots, it's the best way of actually composing a shot as well. And there's a number of reasons behind that. One, you're not worrying about any settings. You're just going to press that shutter button, open the camera up and press the shutter button. So all you're doing is looking through an incredibly good viewfinder at the location, and it's around about 24 to 28 millimeters, your phone. If you have a 2 times on it, or you can zoom in, and even if it's digital zoom, it doesn't matter because the quality doesn't matter. It's just that you've got a very good screen and there's no settings to worry about. So it means that you can compose the shot really well. And what I do as well at my local spot is that I've got a map that I pin all my locations in my local spot. So because there's so many and there's so many different trees, so then I can open it and I can look at those locations. I made a video on using your phone as a fantastic tool as well, so check it out here. So I've got to the shot that I wanted to take. Unfortunately, the fog's dissipated, but I'm still going to take it because I've been waiting for the leaves just to be this colour, and the branches just work really well. So the branch just sort of comes down here. I can see up into the tree, but I can't see any white sky. So it's just sort of nice to contain. It's quite a complicated shot, but I've tried it from lots of different angles on my phone over the last sort of 2 years probably, and this is definitely the best angle. So it's just a question now of just taking it. So I've got my prime 35mm lens on my Fuji X-T3. It's a simple shot, but it's a reasonable depth of field to it, and because I'm shooting at effectively 50mm full frame, I've probably got to go around about f8, but I'm going to focus stack it as well just to be 100% sure. So I'm going to take multiple shots throughout the tip of the leaves through to the back in the woodland. And there's a bit of movement with the wind as well, which makes it a bit tricky. I'm not bothered if there's slight movement, but I want to try and time the shot so the wind's dropped a little bit, because I'm going to be around about 1/8 of a second, I think. I don't want to increase the ISO too high. And that'll be it for today. I'll maybe just go and have a quick look at the bluebells again. Wow. So let's take this shot and see what it looks like. I'm quite excited now. What do you think, Pebs? You're just really muddy, aren't you? And wet. I want to go back and have your snacks. Me too. Okay, here we go. So I've got 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back home now, having a cup of tea and enjoying the British summertime, or springtime I should say. It's raining, so I better get this over with. So what I wanted to do was just grab these. Okay, just wait for the cow to go past. It's making a horrendous noise. So what I wanted to do is just go through these 2 photos that I took just at the end of the video, the bluebell one and the one of the tree right at the end, because I think the bluebell photo just didn't work really, and I'm not surprised. I was in a little bit of a rush. The cloud was going really quickly. I couldn't really find a composition. So I hadn't really seen the bluebells there before. Now I know what they're going to look like, and I really, the reason it doesn't work is that it's almost like 2 pictures. I've got the bluebells and the trees. I couldn't find an area where the trees and the bluebells were intermixed, and so I could have depth to the image. And then also I like these 2 fallen trees because I thought they told a story, but I don't really think they fit into the composition. It's not very balanced, the composition. Your eye sort of is drawn to them. One of them's in the middle of the frame. So it didn't really work as a shot. There was some nice light and a nice fog, but it didn't really work. And then the tree picture, I really liked actually. I thought it was nearly there, but by that point the fog had completely gone. But I like, what I was trying to do was having almost like an S curve that you can see just coming from the bottom and just curving round a little bit where the leaves just came down, and then I could see the trunk and the detail of the trunk. I think what I need is the light to be slightly at a different angle than I had it, and I need to use a polarizer. But if I had some fog, the light at a slightly different angle and a polarizer, I think I'll separate it from the background a little bit better, and it'll be a really strong shot. So it's good to get home, look at my shots and you know, decide what I want to do with them. And I like the one with the path through it. I thought that worked really well. It's definitely a shot that I want to take Pebbles there. I want to try and take a really nice portrait of Pebbles because it's a path I walk on all the time with her and it'll remind me of her. So if I get the right conditions, I think that's a really good composition and I can nail that. And then I also took this shot as well, which is a new location that I found with this tree and the wall, and I like that quite a lot actually. So I'm definitely going to go back there again. I just need to get the light just a little bit different, and I think I can make that really good. I think it'd be really good in autumn as well, where I've got some sort of different colours on the floor. So it pays to go and have that local woodland. You can go back to your place really. It really can improve your photography. Anyway, that's it for this week. I'd like to know what your comments are with the beginning of the video as well, because I had this new Insta360 1X camera. I'm not too sure about it, if I'm honest, but I'd like to know what your comments are. It allows me to sort of shoot myself and then turn the camera around afterwards and shoot around me, because it shoots everything in the scene, but the quality was a bit rubbish really. So I'm not sure it really worked, but I'd like to know what your comments are on that. And yeah, next week or the week after, I'm going to do a video sort of reviewing and talking about your photos. So if you're interested in that, make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to announce it there and I'm going to put a hashtag on Instagram of how you can share it. So my Instagram details are below. Follow me on Instagram and I'll announce that, and you might be able to get your photos in one of the future videos, and I'll probably choose sort of 20 to 30 photos to comment on and review and critique. Okay, thanks ever so much for watching. Until next Sunday, bye. It's raining hard now.
Nothing ever felt as good.
What are you doing, Pebbles? So I think,
Or as easy
Pebbles, what are you doing?
as when we were young.
This is what Pebbles is doing. Pebbles, 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 what are you doing? Pebbles, you're ruining the garden.
Running away with you.
Oh well.